Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones setups for today. So just starting off on the weekly, and last week was a bit of chaos. Look at this massive weekly pin bar. Obviously, it's not off a level because there's no level above there, but it is above the previous high, which was at 41.11. Oscillator's not offering much at the moment. They're all over the place. And as you start running through the time frames, you start seeing a few interesting things. So firstly, this level of support hasn't been tagged, so that's 41.11. If you look left, there it is there. And by now you know the drills. Get yourself 3 potential levels in, and those are the 3. So it's 40,111, it's 40,073, 40,000 and 39,930. That is the nearest area of support. V reversals are rare. The other thing that you should do is just get the Fibonacci on to see where that takes us, and that takes us straight into this 40,000 area. So this is the zone that I would expect support coming in. Look at the oscillators. They are starting to separate, not separated just yet. And we do have a lot of noise happening this week as well. So at the moment, if you look at the 3 hour, you see there was sort of support and then big rally, and then the last 2 days we just fell. Nothing really in it. Trend line broken as well. There's the trend line. So that's broken. I don't really see any other opportunities here. I just want to get this level in there, and then let's get rid of the trend line. There we go. So you can see this pin bar, and I was wondering if there's another little bit of support here. So that's where we are finding support. We'll look at those levels now. If you look at this on the hour, you can see that was the range, the top of the range, decent breakthrough. Never really came back to retest, and now we're back in that range. So we are at 4,300 here. That's the one level, and just above it is 4,400. So could see this as a flag for another move down, and there is a juicy gap just at the bottom here, as you can see, between these two levels, and that's at 40,111 and 40,073. So I suspect we are looking for a continuation down to come and close this gap. Yeah, it's a weekly gap. As I've said before, gaps are magnets. So whenever you see them, you need to mark them and pay attention to them, because they always, well, almost always close. So looking at this in the 50-minute, I'd be waiting for structure. I'm not so sure this is going to work out at 4,400. May work out at 4,400. Seems to be top of range at the moment, but I'd be skeptical of trading that. I'd want to see price drop, come back and reject itself off 4,300, and then I'm looking for a 100 point to 150 point stop loss for 180 to 190 point gain. So this would be my target, 40,111. I don't think I'd be expecting it to drop below that. That's quite a strong area of support. So that's your closest opportunity at the moment. So pay attention to what happens here. If it gets back above this 4,400 and starts building a base here, I'd watch for the moving average crossover, because then it's more than likely going to start reversing and moving to the upside. So now you can see the hour looks like a bit of a flag, but it could also be, you know, a series of higher lows here, and now it's a case of get above the high of this morning, which forms a new high. The higher lows, higher highs. So it could, in theory, also from an hour perspective, just come all the way back up to 45.84 and reject that area for a move down. So in other words, form a bit of a flag here. Let's just get right there. So we could spend today and, well, probably just most of today just ranging like this, or in this channel, then rejecting higher off, and that's going to form a much bigger flag for an attack down to 40,111. But I think 40,111 is definitely going to be targeted somewhere. So it's either going to break this area that we're in now, so you want to see a retest, break and retest of 4,300 before you get there, or alternatively, you're going to be looking for an opportunity to short off 45.84 for a move down into the zone. Just bear in mind that this area at 4,400 is also a fairly strong area of potential support if you do get above it. So yeah, be very cautious, but just wait and be patient. I think something will either to the downside or it's going to start swinging for a setup to the upside. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.